Hello everybody, it's your Suburban Garden Permaculture Style Guy, and let's do a recap. This was our master bathroom. This was the floor, how rotted out and terrible it was when we found it. I had to do a lot of work to get this disgusting floor out of this trailer. This was one of the hardest projects we've had here, and I'm proud to say after all this kind of destruction and nastiness that we had to dig out to get to this point, and even getting the chance to meet Aspen the dog. Now we are finally at a point where this project has been put to bed. It's finally done. We're so happy. And now it's time to move on to some of the other parts to repair before we can start doing the floors and the walls so that we can start the process of trying to move into our new 40-acre homestead. All right, let's get going. And to see the outside, we'll come and see how it looks from underneath from all our work we just did. Oh. Yeah. This is a plywood meat. And of course that carries over. Spray foam up in there to fill up that void. But there you go. We got it done all the way out to there. Yeah. That's good enough. That's on the floor. Yeah, this stuff's already still good. We've already cut into it. Yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. All right, another thing we need to work on is this. The fact that I can see daylight is what we like to call, in technical terms, not good. So we're gonna patch that in and then spray foam everything around it. So we're gonna try to figure out what I can knock out of here and what I can't. And then cut me some strips of plywood and fill these gaps up. And then foam it all in and figure out what's going on up under here. If there's anything I need to address, I'm not sure that I will. But you know, something like this basically. I have to go through this and get off all this old mess. Break it off to here. That's the old particle board right there, the old original flooring. As you can see, it just breaks off. So yeah, I'm gonna fill this gap right here and lay across studs. I'm gonna make them as long as possible. And I'm gonna use some glue and I'm gonna use some screws. It looks like I need to put a block over here because there's nowhere to screw to on this corner. There's no stud over here, right? So I need something for my thing to hit. There's only so many places that it's bad, like right here, but then it gets to where it's still original floor and that's continuing on, and I don't know why it's so much better. Oh, it's not good here. Okay, so another person could work on it. Yeah, I'll have to break out what I can, figure out what I gotta do and clean this up. We got the generator running because we forgot to charge the batteries again. Do that a lot. And figure out something about that little chunk. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna start going through and fixing these things. And the other thing we're working on today is the hot water closet floor. Generator being loud. We gotta patch in some work here. Figure out what it is we're gonna do. Where I'm gonna cut this to start new somewhere up and down here. Figure out what we're gonna do on this side to side. There's a lump here. Might be some extra stuff I can take out or something. I don't know. We'll find out. And that goes into here. Figure out where this ends. Where's that whole mess start and stop? Probably right there. Alright. Probably right there. And then figure out if there's anything else in here we need to replace. Everything else seems relatively good. Not awesome, but good enough, probably. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working on today. Trying to figure these things out. And you see daylight over there. Well, that's siding. We're not worried about that yet. We'll worry about that at a different point. Now, some of these ones where there was just holes going up under here
where the old floor came out, I filled those with as much foam as I could. This is just what stuck out, so surely that foam popped up under there and filled up like that. When you get over here, it gets real bad. I'm probably gonna put a patch in this one and then fill it up. I definitely need a certain size patch along this edge. So yeah, once I finish that other big spot, we'll start filling in edges, and then, you know, we've got that flooring to put in that we're ready to install. And we got really cheap. Great deal. All right, so you got the loud generator going on, but hear me out. We're gonna reuse this piece of wood right here. It was what was in the kitchen when we got it. It had holes in it. But I need a strip of wood that I can take out of the middle. We're gonna reuse this. That I can use for the bathroom that needs the floor restructured. So we're gonna cut it out of the middle of this so we can save money, and we have this here. We got it marked. We're gonna start the first cut. Mark out this other one, and we'll cut that. All right, second cut, we're going right up against this thing just so we can cut this off, and then we'll work off this chunk in the middle. So we're gonna cut all that off. Should be relatively straightforward. Follow through, looks good. All right. And the last cut this away, full length. We're gonna fix this bathroom today. All right. One more piece of wood for the floor. We're gonna go put this sucker in and see what it looks like. Alright, so cleaned up some of these edges, tried to get the whole square. I'm sure my piece of wood that I cut ain't square. I mean, is anything gonna be perfect? No, probably not. But we're gonna see. So what you first want to do is throw your wood on the ground. That's the first thing to do. It tenderizes the wood.
Step one.
Step one, throw that on
Chunk
the ground.
wood on floor.
Check that off that list. So I'm gonna have to slide it under these old boards.
Watch out for this wire.
I go down early, then I'm gonna have to slide it over if I can even get it to fit, which it's not looking promising right there.
When in doubt, flip it around.
Right. Let's see if I can come over there. See back behind you, there's a hammer. And how's that gap looking? Okay, we pulled the thing back out of the hole, okay, because we're going to put some blocking in here so that this existing plywood doesn't have any give when you step on it, because it's not as stiff as this stuff that's thicker, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna put some blocking in there, then we're gonna pot it in. We did find a way to fit it in finally. Look at that top, it's not square, but I don't think that was me. I think that was the way it was cut whenever I got it. I don't know, maybe it was me, I don't know, but we're gonna find out. And we're gonna put some blocking in there real quick.
I'll get it.
All right, I might need that, I don't know. All right, putting blocks up in here, this ain't fun. I had her get me the actual case just because it's a heavier hammer. I cut everything really tight. Didn't know it was that tight, but you know, tight. Kind of wants to bobble once it gets in place. All right. Now I will screw that in, secure it however I can if it'll quit bibble bobbling on me. We'll get ready to put that new piece in. How do you get your arm in here? All right.
say it's crooked.
I have to put it in its place. Alright, I'll put some more in that. Just to give that some more strength, but it's pretty strong as it is. Just give it somewhere to keep it from bowing down every time you step on it.
Looks good. Next.
Right.
Exactly that.
Yeah, it's shot off in there, but there's still a lot of overhang. I got it sideways. That's more than you would get from a 2x4. Well, it already wasn't going anywhere, but now it really ain't. All right, going for the next one. Better than nothing when she comes through. Solid. Good and tight. Okay, back to this hole. I got one that I started the screws already. One. I do myself a lot of favors. Alright. Whew. Lord have mercy on my back. Oh. Oh. Thank you.
Feels sturdy.
Yeah. It certainly does. It certainly feels more solid right here. Remember how you were saying it felt gimpy?
Mm-hmm.
It already don't feel gimpy. It feels real solid all of a sudden. Oh, all right, we got the blocking in. We took a quick break because of my back. And then now she's going to slide it back in here. Get this wire out of the way.
Yeah, we say slide back in. We'll see.
Watch out for that yellow. Nice. We have to do that same thing and pick up on that end, and I'll shake and push that in. Yeah, it's got to come up off that lip. It's hitting that lip.
Oh, yeah.
You can kind of see the air, daylight through it. So I beat on one side, she kind of lifts and shakes and wiggles on the other. You can see the blocking is in between there. There's no more daylight. I'll show you better.
Yeah.
Ugh. There was a huge gap because this floor wasn't cut straight. Mine was, and I knew that by the measurement. It was 19 1/4, 20 inches, and 19 1/4. So it hits tight on both corners, and there's a bowl out in the middle right here where this is open.
Look at this hammer.
Bouncing off of something.
Not doing something.
All right, hold that up high like that. Okay. How about that corner? Just that corner right there's got to lift as we go. It's really dark. Y'all can't see that, but Now you gotta lift, but to be able to get out of the way at the same time as it comes in. Are we in it?
Pop it in that way.
Okay. So this corner's still sticking up. For the most part. Ooh, nice and in.
There you go.
I'm gonna try to bang it a little bit further. Don't really want to go. We gotta get that to pop in. So standing on it, and then yeah, popped into place nice and tight. Under my body weight, slid down, and now it feels pretty good. And now there's no more rotted bathroom. And I have half of a stud there to put my next piece on going that way. And this cut don't look good, but we'll patch it up. So we'll put one more big square there, and we'll patch this with a rectangular piece, and we'll fix up whatever here. We're almost done. Start putting this thing back together. Yeah, let's screw it down. Screw it to it. All right, and then we're gonna wrap up another day. Let's look where we're at. So that's the piece. We got it all screwed in. 3 or 4 screws across each joist. Now we got to deal with this piece, right? Let's see what we're looking at. So this is just going to be a big square, or somewhat of a rectangle, depending on where I cut it. And then there's this weird little strip between these walls that looks really bad. Well, that's a separate piece by itself I can fix. But this is basically a big square right here. You see the line here, here, straight. All right, so I'm gonna square this off, replace whatever this is, and then I'll deal with that little rectangular chunk of funk, whatever that is, that chunk of funk. Yeah, and then you can see, what we got going on, what we're gonna be attaching to. It's gonna be fine. It's just as structurally sound as what it was originally, and it was fine for 40 years, so I think it'll be all right. One way or the other, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna make it all right. All right, so one more doozy of a work. Let me go walk on it. Let me walk on it. Listen to how it sounds. See how it got all quiet? This is kind of louder. Very solid. It's not bowing anywhere. This isn't bowing and giving under my foot. You can see you can see the strips we put in between the joints so that they wouldn't flex. And I fill that with some spray foam and then cut it off level with the floor. I didn't get this just right. As you can see, it ain't perfect. Oh well. But the other piece, I can square this off. I'll cut this back a little bit right here and make it more of a square corner, because that's where that line's going to be. See, right there. So yeah, then we'll patch that in. We'll fix this little whatever that is, and we're getting close. I mean, there's just, as you do the projects, there's just one less every time. I still haven't done no more windows. Still got that guy fixed. How's it look from over here? Looks good from over here. Everything's the way it should be. I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get. Again, the whole point was to be able to live here, right? It wasn't that we were rich people living in a mansion. It was to live with this. And, well, of course, without this big pile of mess. So let's just turn the camera up. See, now you don't even see it. Look at that. That's just beautiful, isn't it? We don't want to, oh my God. Oh, look at that. That's just, oh my goodness. But yeah, this was what we got this double wide for. It ain't because of the double wide. It ain't for the fancy cars or the bulldozers. Yikes. It's just so we can have this view and live this kind of quiet. But all right, anyway, we're gonna go back. One more look at the master, just because you asked so nicely. So the master floor is so straight now that you can see how bad the old floor was. It's so straight now. You can see it's kind of a, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's kind of a wavy line, big lump right there, kind of messed up looking. But that's okay. Everything's solid in here. Looking beauty, looking beauty. I'll be proud to bathe myself in that room. It's gonna be great. And then I'll turn on my master windows and be like, oh my goodness, look at the giant trees. That's gonna be so awesome, yeah. And then, you know, the car in the driveway and all that fun stuff. It's gonna be beautiful. There's no window. So just, yeah. It's gonna be nice. Ugh, all that mess. Oh well. I take this any day. This is all this work. This is labor and this is work that I gotta do. I don't care. Don't matter. Does not matter. Wouldn't you do anything?
Thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you real soon.